Hey, how's everyone doing? Wait, you can't see my face. Wait, let's see what's going on here. Hold on. Let's see if that helps. Oh, there's that. Okay, now, let's see now. Why can't you see my face? Let's see here. Let's try something else. Oh, there's that. Hold on. I gotta fix this here. What is going on here? Let's do this. Hold on. All right. We will use that. I just have to adjust the size here. How's everyone doing? Let's see. I'm looking right there. This is not the camera I wanted, but that will have to do. Hold on. It's almost there. We'll edit this out as soon as we're done. Okay, can you all see me? All right, let's just give a quick little pause here, then I will jump in and we will start. Hey, my name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Welcome to our Wednesday afternoon live. We always get together Wednesday afternoon and draw a portrait. Let's see, what are we doing today? We are working on this portrait of Norman Rockwell, and I am glad that you are here. I am live, so if you have any questions, please feel free just to throw it in the chat, and I will answer them for you. Let me shift this picture here now that I've settled in my chair. Readjust this. Okay, now we got it. All right, let's do this here. So let's see. Let's start off with this idea. Let's just say this is going to be, let's just say I had a ball, okay? I have a ball that I'm looking at, and if you think of the ball as this ball as being sphere or round, and our light is coming straight at it, all right? So the sides are going to be in shadow, like this. That's kind of like, that's the way that our face is today. You could see shadow on both sides. And then in our ball, let's just say we carved out like two craters for where his eyes would go, right? So they're going to be kind of like this. And then this one's going to be carved out like this. And then you could even come in here and like, okay, so this might even pick up some light over there, and this might pick up some light right there, you see? Then we could just kind of extend this ball. This isn't our portrait. I'm just kind of showing you how this just the most basic form here that's going on. All right, so that's how we're doing it today. So just keep that in mind that we're looking at a round surface. Okay, let's get rid of that. And let's go ahead and get rolling. Okay, let's start with a sphere, just like what we just did. And let's get a the axis. So you can see this head is slightly tilted, right? Let's make sure we're good there. And I'm going to get a little red here so that I can. So look at there's the tilt. There's the tilt of his head. You could look at the side of this page. This is straight up and down. So what is our tilt? Our tilt is going to be kind of like this, maybe. So this is about our sphere is going to be somewhere like this here. That's going to be our brow line. That's going to be our brow line. Let's get that in as well. Then I'll change the color here because changing colors is so much fun. Look at it, right there. That's his temple. That's the temple. Those are key points. We often talk about the T of the face, and that's the edges of the T, the cross going cross, and then the center line is the center of the T. So let's put that in as well. And what I'm looking for is this right there. That's kind of my center line. So let's see here. Let's just kind of come in like this. Maybe it's something like this, right? And then the sides of the head are relatively flat. Look at this. I keep this skull here on my desk, and you can see. Look how flat. If it's a side view, it's very round, but if it's straight on, it's very flat on the sides. So let's go ahead into our drawing, and this is possibly the sides of his face. You see that? So we could go ahead and erase. Erase both those sides like that. All right, so we have this. There's our temple. There's our center line, right? Look at that. That's where the bottom of his nose is. So let's get that in as well. And a lot of times it'll be close to the bottom of that sphere that which we drew. Okay, so we've got this distance for his nose. Look at that right there. You see that? If we take that distance exactly, it's below his chin, but that should give us a close idea, just come up a little bit below that, and that will give you an idea about where to extend down to his chin. So that's his nose. Okay, I'm going to come down. If I do that, come up just a little bit. I think it's going to be right about there. A lot of times it's third. So from the nose to the brow line is a third, and then from the brow line up to the hairline is a third. But as you can see in my case, it's more like it's like a mile. But that's okay. All right, let's keep going here. All right, let's go ahead and mark in just about where his eye line is going to be. It's going to be maybe about there. Now look at that. His cheeks are just below that eye line. You see that? So just below that, and they're gonna come down. What we're doing is right now we're just getting the basic volume or the basic mass. Hey, do me a favor, if you're still watching, make sure you like the video. Please give me a comment down below what has been your favorite portrait that we've drawn in the last couple weeks, the last couple months or so, or another artist you'd like me to take a look at and see if we could draw them. So add that as your comment. That would be awesome. I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you're looking for a place to learn how to draw, well, you come to the right place. But I also have private lessons that you can call the Daily Draw. We get together every day for about 40 minutes and we hit a different topic. And in little than just a commitment of 30 to 40 minutes every day, I guarantee you your drawing skills will really excel over time. So you can find that link in the comments, which I will post as soon as this video is over. So check that out as well. Okay, let's get rid of his... I'm going to get rid of those marks now that we can see it just a little bit better. And one thing I do want you to notice before we go any further, it's not quite a perfect center. Notice that we see more on one side and then the other. So we have to think about that when we end up drawing. So let's start here with his glabella. All right, now I'm just kind of coming down. When I'm drawing his nose, I'm drawing like that's the glabella, and then I kind of come down almost like a man's tie, and I cut the bottom here, and then usually add just a little bit of shadow, just like that. So we could do that to his nose here. And that's a guide. That's just a guide. And then look at this. Right up here in the glabella, it's probably shaded too dark. There's a little bit of tone right here. There's a little bit of tone. All right, let's get this nostril on the right side. It's like a little J. You see that? And then the wing of his nose. And if I get to the other side now, pay attention on this. This is important. This wing on the other side is so much we could barely see it because most of the nose is it's covering it up. You see how I did that there? Just do a little bit. Just a little bit. I was just kind of thinking of how would Bob Ross say that? Just make it a little happy. Just make it a little happy nostril. All right. Next, I think this is called the septum. I'm coming right down the septum there in the middle of. Now, check this out. This is the ball of the mouth. You see the ball of the mouth? You could use your my wrinkles there. So he has a nice ball of the mouth. He's an older gentleman here, right, in this photo. So we're going to... And then his chin is going to kind of sit on that. We call that the box of the chin. Now look at this here. This is the corner of his mouth, and this is the corner of the mouth. And look, this is a straight line going across. So if I made a straight line, you could see how, it's a little, it's off, it's not off center, but it has a little bit of an angle to it. So don't make it straight across. So if I look at this and that's kind of my angle. Let me erase this now. So let's see here. There's a corner of his mouth. And this corner is more of like just a little bit of a line. You see that? Now from here we look at the V of the lips. It's that little section right there. So let's put that in here. Small V. I could actually make my drawing a little bit bigger if that would help you. Let's just zoom it up a little bit. Once we get further along, I'll make mine a little bit smaller. But just so you know, this little head I'm drawing is only, it's only about that big, about 4 inches tall. Okay, we're going to go across here. Just a slight little curve on that side. And he has a very, very small upper lip. So I'm not even, in one sense, I'm just going to add shadow here. I'm not really trying to draw it per se. Just all right, lower lip here. Look at this. We're coming in here like this. I saw I saw his work. They had an exhibit. This is interesting. They had his exhibit. They had an exhibit of his down in Washington D.C. And it was they had two collectors that had collected a lot of Norman Rockwell's original works. So this was a show of only these two collectors. And it was a huge collection of his work. And the reason why that these two collectors loved Norman Rockwell's work was because Norman Rockwell was a storyteller. He was a storyteller in his paintings. And these two collectors were also storytellers. And they just really had a tremendous amount of respect for what Norman Rockwell could achieve in a single painting. In fact, one of these collectors likes to have, there is a particular painting of Norman Rockwell's that he likes to be right behind him in his, right behind him, looking down at his desk. And the painting that he has, I should have found it, is there's a little girl who's afraid to jump off a high dive, and she's gripping the end of the high dive looking over. And the collector here had said he really liked this because the girl was so afraid to take the plunge that it often reminded him of doing a project that required a little bit of a leap to take a shot at it. So I know at this time you're trying to guess who these two collectors are, and let's just say, if I said George was the first name of one, and Stephen was the second. It was the name of the other collector. If you think you know who I'm talking about, put those down in the comment. In the comments on this video as soon as we're done, and we'll see how many people are right. So we'll just leave it at that. But these two gentlemen are great. They're still alive. They're great storytellers, and they just absolutely loved Norman Rockwell's work. Okay, I'm just kind of coming in here now and kind of putting the eye sockets in here. Yes. Good job, John. That's right. That's one of them. That is one of them. Very good. I'll show you. I have one of Norman Rockwell's paintings. It's a print of it. I got to get it for you. Hold on. I'll be right back. I love this one. This is a print of his. Let's see if I can get it right. There it is. Look at that. You see that? I love this piece. This is called Carry On, and it shows, of course, this Boy Scout who's hiking, and he's being guided by, it looks like maybe an Indian of some sort. But I love this piece. I've always loved it since the first time I saw it. So, boy, I'll tell you, I would love to own that one, right? All right, put it in the back. Hold on. All right, let's keep going here. All right, where's his neck coming in? His neck is coming in over here. And this side's over there, right? And then this tie, we won't draw the tie, but look at that. It's right about there. All right, let's get these eyes in now. So this is going to, one thing that might help us before we draw the eyes, look at these little areas right here and here. If we look at these things as shape, of dark shapes, let's just look at the shapes here, and we won't go completely dark yet. Just put them in. We've got something like that. And what's this other one look like here? We're gonna come up here. Sometimes if you kind of get lost in your proportion, if you put a shape in to kind of guide you, you think sometimes we use everything we can as almost like guardrails. So a shape is a great guardrail. So there's the top of his. Let's see here now. I'm going to come in here like this. That's the top of his eyelids. All right, then we're going to come up like this. And I'll pause here in just a second. What about this one here? So this is going to come in up. Take your time there. All right, let's get these pupils in now. Now, at the bottom of these pupils, the lower eyelid, I'm kind of purposely making the bottom of them a little flat. A little flat right there. You know, drawing eyes are really hard. Don't fool yourself. It just takes a long time to draw a good eye, especially if you're trying to draw a portrait of somebody. You know, one can get crooked, one can get messed up, and it can mess up your whole drawing. So don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. Just the best thing you can do is just to keep at it. Just keep at it. I'm putting it like just the slightest little teeny line under his eyes that way. And if you look at I'm going to put this draw on a side view. Here's an eyeball on the side view. You have the lower eyelid. It's like a flap of skin. You see that? And so light's going to come down and hit the top of that. And I'm going to zoom in here. Look at that. You see right? Well, let me change my color here so you can see. So right here, you see that? Right there is a light spot. That's where the light is hitting that piece of skin right there. So when you go to draw your eye, just leave a little sliver right there, and this will really, like, not that this is a secret or anything, but man, that will really up your eye drawing game if you leave just a little sliver of light right there. his eyelids back here are really sunken in. It's his age that's doing this, but that's okay. I mean, okay, his eyebrows. Really dark in that inner area there and around this eye here. Don't be afraid to go so dark there. It's okay. Now, remember the first thing we did, I was drawing a ball and shadowing it on the sides. Well, same thing's happening here. So let's come in here on either side and just kind of drop a tone. Look at the picture and drop an even tone across the side of his face. And then we're going to have another even tone on this side of his face just a bit. You know, it's interesting as I continue to draw portraits over the years. It's a weird thing where when you're first starting to draw portraits, every single one of them looks awful. Absolutely awful. And you know, you don't want to share them with anyone because of how bad they look. But here's the trick thing. Here's the thing is, in order to get good at drawing portraits, you have to draw them. You have to draw them bad. There is no secret. There's no shortcut. So, you know, every time you draw a bad portrait, that you're one portrait closer to getting where you want to be. So just accept it. Let it really push you forward to keep going. What happens to too many people is their portrait drawing is awful. So either they quit drawing portraits altogether and then they eventually say, well, that's not my area of expertise, or I just draw landscapes, which is really sad. All right, looking at just trying to get his ears here a little bit. It's really sad because they end up never drawing portraits again. And I always, if anything drives me crazy, it's when someone says, "Oh, what's your specialty? What's your subject matter?" It drives me crazy because I'm like, I draw everything. I mean, that is my aim for you. Is I want you to be able to draw anything. I mentioned earlier this idea of drawing of the class I have called the Daily Draw, and that's really it. The whole point of that class is twofold: to get you in the habit of drawing every day. I'm just kind of blocking in his hair now. Is to get you in the habit of drawing every day, and every day I throw out a different subject matter. Because I want my students just to be great drawers, they say something, great draftsmen. I want you to be able to draw anything you want. I don't want you to have one special subject matter. Look at this. Here, little ear here. I put that little line there, and then I'm just looking at the shape here. Looking at the shape of that shadow. You see that? And then this side too. Look at that ear. Yeah. Yeah, just be good at drawing. Yeah, that's right. John gets it. Everyone gets it. You guys know what I mean. Okay, now look at this hair here. His hair is kind of a little bit of a wave. You see that? So we could just come in here with some surface lines and then thicken them up here. And I'm going to add a little bit of a tone of a shape here. All right, I gotta drop. I'm just looking at the picture here, and we gotta go a little bit darker on this side. Of course, this is just we're just doing a quick sketch here. So, and then I see some wrinkles. So I'm just gonna lightly put some lines there and all right. I kind of got lost in my details here just a little bit, but that is what we have. That's what we got for today, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed it and you picked up something new and we sat around the campfire and swapped some stories. You got it all today. Storytelling, my Bob Ross impersonations, and just a little tidbits of helping here and here, and a little go out there and get it. Hey, my name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if I haven't said that already. Thanks for watching, everyone. Go out there, make your day great. And I'll put a link to sign up for the daily draw in the comments here. See you guys later. Bye.